What's up everyone, Ryan from Oakland Ghosts, and today I have a really quick one for you. If you didn't know, if you have a Deluge with the latest firmware beta, the Community Firmware 1.3 Chopin or above, if any of the nightly builds, it includes the ability to add the DX7 engine, the Yamaha DX7, a legendary synth that just opens up more sound design possibilities on your Deluge. The community guys are really kicking ass, and this is just an awesome addition. But if you're anything like me, reading through the patch notes, it could be a little bit confusing to get it to actually work so that you can use some of those sounds. So I'm just going to walk you through it real quick. I'm going to show you how to set everything up so you can get up and running with the DX7 on the Deluge. Let's dive in. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to have to hop on the internet and find some sysx files. That's .syx. And those are the files that hold all the synth sounds on the DX7. If you're not familiar with the Yamaha DX7, it was a revolutionary synth in the 90s. People either love it or hate it, but it's undeniably a pretty cool sounding synth that has a lot of crazy sounds and a lot of crappy ones. But because it's so old, you can download all the old factory presets as well as presets that people have made. They're readily available on the internet. I'll put some links down below so that you can get to them straight away. But you download those, and then the next thing that you're going to want to do is you need to create a DX7 folder on the root directory on your Synthstrom Deluge SD card. Once you've got it in there, of course, you can break it down into folders however you like. I have a curated folder, and then all my sysx patches are like some curated sections. Each sysx file actually has multiple synths in each one, so it's a little weird, but that's just how they organized it on the DX7. And then, of course, you also need to make sure that you're on at least beta firmware 1.3 Chopin. That's the newest community firmware. I mean, there's nightly builds that are further along. Those should all do this as well. But 1.3, it's very stable, even though it's beta. If you guys haven't tried it, it's super cool. Has lots of quality of life improvements in addition to this, but this is probably the thing I'm most excited about. So after you've downloaded those and you've put the root directory on there, you just got to pop it back in the Deluge, and then we're off to the races. I'll show you there's a couple more steps that you have to do to kind of initialize and turn it on. So let's hop over to the Deluge and check that out. All right, so back on the Deluge. So like I said, once you have all the DX7 folders and patches set up properly, like we showed in just a second ago on your SSD card, and you've made sure that you've updated to Chopin 1.3, you'll know it's that because you'll notice that the screen's a little different. I actually love this. It shows the tempo always in the corner, as well as the key of your song, and it lets you know whether you've saved or not. That is extremely helpful. This is just in song view and plain old song view. I love that it's set up that way. Okay, so now here's the next thing. So now you have to do a couple other steps to make sure that you can get to the DX7 synth engine first. The first thing that you need to do is you need to do a shift and middle button so that you can get down to the community features. You're going to go down to community features here. And as you can see, there's little check boxes for all the different community features that you could turn on or off. But there is one, if you go down far enough, you should see one that says DX shortcuts. You want to make sure that that's turned on as well. And if that's checked on, then there's only one more step to do. Then we're just going to go in and you go into one of your synths, and the way that you make it into the DX7 one is you actually have to hold custom one and then hit synth, and then you'll get the DX7 menu to come up here. So there is a way that you can go into the parameters and you could work just, from scratch to build up your things. I have no idea how to do that and have not dug into the patch notes deep enough to know how to make my own sounds from scratch, but I assume you go in here in the parameters. The DX7 was, I believe it's an FM synth, and it's pretty deep. There's a lot of operators and all that kind of stuff. I just don't understand it that much. But if you want to load your patches that you've saved into your DX7 folder, you just go here, you go to load sysx files, click it one more time. There's this would have all your different folders if you have things separated into folders. And then these, as you can see, these are all the different sysx patches I have. So let's just go into one. I'll just go into, I don't know, sure, let's go into this one. And then once you're in here, you can pick whatever one you want to be your starter. And boom, we got DX7 patches. And now once you're in your given sysx, I'm going to call it a folder because they're a batch of multiple synths, right? You can then use your, oh no, you can't. I thought you could actually turn this knob to go through your different ones, but you can't. So yeah, if you wanted to change it, if you decided you didn't like this weird old noise, you would have to do the same thing. You'd have to hold custom and then synth, load, go in there, and then go through your different sounds. But you could also audition them right here from this menu. So you can audition all the sounds before you load one. And then once you loaded them, what's great is once you have them in there, all the gold knob things still work. So you have these as your bass sound, but you could still add, you could still add tons of delay. You can add your reverbs. You can use the filters. You can do anything you could do with all the other synth engines. So there you go. That's all. That's all you got to do. And now you got a world of more sound design available to you. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, for me, the patch notes were not translated to idiot, and I could have really used a video to figure out how to get these DX7 patches working. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If it is, consider subscribing. It's a big help to us, and we appreciate your support. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll catch you on the next one. Ryan out.